Chapter 10. Behaving. Miss Diz came back with the name tags. She was not happy to see Gus and Dewan playing swords again. "Drummers, settle down," she said firmly. "My baubles are staying on, Miss Diz," Maria reported. "And so are mine," said Miss Coco. Miss Diz looked surprised. She said. "That's good news." Just then, Coco's mom and dad arrived. "Smile, everyone," said her mom. "We're recording." Coco's dad was holding a silver camcorder. All the other moms and dads began to come in. They smiled and talked and waved and shook hands. While Miss Diz was busy saying hello, Gus pointed his stick at Dewan. "I am Zorro," he yelled. "I am Darth Vader," cried Dewan. "Duel to the death," Gus shouted. They were going to have a hard time sitting still for the bee song, I thought. And then I had another super mega gonzo idea. Sometimes my brain amazes me. I went over to the drummer chairs. I looked around. Nobody was watching me. And Mom and Dad weren't there yet. I pulled out the "Don't You Dare" glue, and I put a few drops on each chair seat. I smiled a proud smile. The bee song would go perfectly, and Miss Diz would keep her job. And all because of me. "Roscoe, hello, pumpkin," someone called. It was Mom. She was carrying her banana avocado raisin cream pie. It is not really okay for moms to call you pumpkin in front of your classmates, but that's all right. Sometimes parents forget to follow the rules too. My dad was right behind her. He was carrying Hazel. Hazel only goes to preschool half a day. Little kids have it so easy. "What's on Roscoe's head, Mommy?" Hazel asked. These are my bee baubles," I said proudly. I am a genius, I thought. Miss Diz clapped her hands and put a finger to her lips. "Parents, please find a seat. We have an exciting performance planned for you." All the moms and dads sat down. They had to squish into our little bitty chairs. They looked pretty silly. I was glad no one tried to sit in the chairs I'd glued. "Places, everyone," said Miss Diz. The bees lined up. The bee drummer sat down, right on the glue. All except Gus. "There's something on my chair," he complained. "Probably your own nose goo," said Coco. "Gus," said Miss Diz, "please sit down." Gus sighed. He sat down with a plop. "As you may know, we've been studying insects these past few weeks," Miss Diz said. Suddenly, Mr. Goosegarden appeared in the doorway. "Hello, parents," he said. "I'm just passing through. Didn't want to miss hearing my favorite beehive perform." Mr. Goosegarden looked at all of us. One eyebrow went up, just like my dad's. "I wonder if there's a school where they learn about that eyebrow move." Miss Diz made a noise with her throat. Her face was a little pink, or maybe green. I think that's called stage fright. "As I was saying," she said, "we've been busy learning about insects, especially bees, and now we have a song we'd like to perform for you." Hazel made a buzzing sound. All the parents laughed. Everyone thinks she's adorable. It's disgusting. "All right, children," said Miss Diz. She made her voice a whisper. "We are going to do this just right this time." She looked over at the drummers. Even Gus was sitting perfectly still. Not that he had a choice. "1, 2, 3, said Miss Diz. We all sang loud and clear and pounded nice and steady. When we were done, the parents cheered and clapped. Someone even whistled. "Bravo!" a dad yelled. Coco's mom wiped tears from her eyes. "Can we have cookies now?" asked Hazel. Miss Diz looked very happy, and she wasn't pink or green anymore. Mr. Goosegarden grinned. "Children, I knew you'd come through. That was just perfect. I must say that I loved the way you behaved." Everyone laughed at his bee joke, because you have to laugh when it's the principal. Mr. Goosegarden gave Miss Diz a thumbs-up sign. That means good job. Also, you won't have to go work in a boring, hamster-free office. He gave us all a big wave, and then he left. I couldn't stop smiling. Everything had gone perfectly, thanks to me. And a little bit of "Don't You Dare" glue. "All right, everybody," said Miss Diz. "Hand me your antenna and your sticks, and line up with your parents for dessert." All the kids clapped and cheered. Then everybody pulled off their head baubles. At least everybody tried to pull off their head baubles. "Ouch!" Emma cried. "The baubles won't come off," Dewan shouted. "My hairs are pulling," Gus yelled. "My baubles are stuck," Coco screamed. Everybody looked at me. Their faces were kind of surprised, then mad, then really mad. It seemed like maybe a good time for me to go to the bathroom. But when I tried to get up, my chair came with me.